So for me to do my best Carson work here, let's move on to the Showtime card last night in Barclays Center, Brooklyn.
What about the zone?
The greatest city ever.
We didn't happen to catch the zone, so we're gonna head to. We got a lot to talk about.
How dare you, Shawn?
Showtime had a lot of fights last night, but let's get to the main card.
Hey, well, the guy to start with, Gary Antuanne Russell, got the stoppage in the 6th round.
Yeah,
you know. I know, but I thought this when you guys were there with Carson when he fought Victor Postal, had his first big step up test and won that fight by knockout. And you know, I said this with my man, the head of FightHype, Ben, and he has a lot of Shawn Porter in him, Gary Antuanne Russell.
Hey, when he threw that leaping right hook, I said, "Oh, that's Shawn Porter." Like Paulie Malignaggi was having nightmares. Like,
is that fair?
Paulie Malignaggi?
We said them. I believe we said that after after his fight with Victor Postal, right. And I was sitting there while we were all watching the fight, and I was feeling like, in some ways, I'm looking at myself, and then I remember Carson kind of leaned in and said it to me, and I kind of like grinned because I was like, felt like all right, I'm not tripping. Yeah. Watching again last night, and I'm like, this dude fights a lot like me. This is pretty cool, you know. So
you knew that leaping right was coming?
No, the one that knocked him down. Yeah,
you did.
Yeah. I knew it was gonna be that hook. That hook is that's kind of a Russell family tradition. Like they're known for the hook.
Okay.
All that being said, I just kind of, you know, first of all, I thought he handled the fight superbly. I felt like he came out a little wild and a little I felt like he needed to calm down a little bit, and it only took a round for that to happen. Mm-hmm. He goes out the first round and does kind of, I think it's a mixture of what we trained along with the emotions of the moment, along with if I just touch him, I'm gonna knock him out. And like all of that happening in the first round comes back to the corner. You see an instant change in the second round because they had saw what they needed to see, and then they had a opportunity to pull him back into, okay, you got that out of your system. Now let's get to exactly how we need to work to get this guy out of there. And I thought that I saw adjustments from that standpoint. I felt like he handled his energy correctly. I felt like Barthelemy was like
came to fight.
He came to fight.
He looked great last night.
That was a 180 from the Robert Easter fight.
And because the difference, what I really liked about this fight specifically is you have to force Barthelemy to fight. He's not going to just stand there and let his hands go. You're gonna have to back him up and make him feel like he's got to throw something. And of course, that's what Antuanne did all night. But on the other side of that was he was ready to fight. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I didn't
score. He didn't have too many more opportunities coming, so he had to make
at the knockdown. I had it 3-2 Barthelemy or whatever his name is.
I didn't score the fight, so.
I thought I wasn't really. I thought Gary was winning the fight.
Okay,
until that point.
But I didn't score the fight, but then we get the knockout.
Ooh,
I don't know if we have the knockdown. Okay, we get the
leaping right hook.
Get the knockdown.
Leaping right hook, and I was like, damn, when I was watching it by myself.
Because I knew it was gonna be that punch. It lands, and I was like, all right, this shouldn't go much longer.
Yeah,
and then it didn't go any longer.
He fell face first, but. I mean, my man got up. Man. I don't know. I mean, the guy's been reffing for 13 years, so I can't.
You looked it up?
Yeah. No, they said they were going in on my guy.
Okay. That's but Facebook.
So it's not. So it's hard for me to judge from the outside looking in, but I think a majority of us felt like it was an early stoppage. Like
I think that's fair.
You could. My man's a former world champion. You got to give my man another shot, man. You got to. It's still early in the round. I mean, give him some time. Let's see what happens. I didn't see him stumble. He got up, moved to the left. The ref looked at him in his eyes, and I don't know what the hell did he. What are you looking for in that point? Maybe his eyes loopy. Maybe he's seen something I didn't see.
He got up quickly, so his legs weren't completely underneath him once the ref checked on him. So he didn't take that 8 count. He did get up right away at 3 to show he wasn't hurt.
And he stood solid when he told him to stand there. But I don't know, maybe it's something in the eyes.
Yeah. I'm not gonna try to justify it. I didn't agree with it at all. He in my opinion, that is a really good referee. I've watched him closely. He does a great job. I don't know. I don't know where his head was. I do wish that these commissions and these promoters would hold these officials accountable for the questionable things. You know, it's questionable. So, like, explain to us what we saw, what we didn't see, or what you did see, so that we can all be on the same page and accept what just happened. Nobody could accept it. And then furthermore, you didn't give us anything to help us accept it. You know what I mean? So I said, you know, obviously rooting for the young lad. I was hoping he was going to have a supreme performance, and he was. I mean, he was in an action-packed fight. It was back and forth. It was he was being challenged in some ways, and I thought the fight was going the way a fighter of his caliber at this point in his career. It was going exactly how I would hope it would go, where you're seeing there's some questions presented to you, then you're able to answer some questions along the way. I thought the fight was going to continue. I thought we would have got a good chance to see what he would do, given he knocks a guy down, the guy of that level, and what happens afterwards. We didn't get to see all that, so no need to really stress it anymore. Moving forward, we need to see more head movement from Antuanne, and we need to see him either the head movement and then also pivoting around or stepping around, getting off the line. There's a lot of him throwing punches and just kind of leaving his head there. And sometimes his head is actually erect with his hands down. So I think those are just some things that he can improve, should improve on, can improve on. And I knew we'd see a better version of him after Victor, and we'll see a better version of him after Barthelemy, Rancis Barthelemy, because they're working hard down there in DC.
Yeah, because as you know, we're comparing him to you, and you got a little more wiggle, constant motion. Because as you moved on in your career and got better, like you just became more and more of this constant ball of motion. The feet, the hands, the upper, everything's moving at all times, right? And that's what you said he'll need to improve on to take his style to the next level. And I agree. Actually, it was. Go ahead.
Let me say this, because I'm not saying fight like me, but what I am saying is what I did was effective. You don't, when you're moving your head, either you make the guy miss or you make him hesitate to throw his punch. You throw off his timing and his rhythm. If you're moving in general, those same things can happen. So I'm definitely not saying fight like me, and I'm actually humbled to see that he boxes and you guys are looking at him like, yo, he fights like you. I'm just humbled that I see that, and I'm humbled that I don't think that they try to fight like Shawn Porter at all. I think that he just has a style that's a lot like the style that I had, and definitely how I got better. I tell people all the time, like, I'm a trash can of Sugar Shane Mosley, Muhammad Ali, Roy Jones Jr., Manny Pacquiao, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield.
Okay.
No, okay. But what I'm saying is, I looked at all those guys and I tried to learn from them.
You take little things from them.
I was trying to take things from them. So
I got you.
Like when you talk about the Shawn Porter style, like you got to talk about other fighters. You can't just talk. If you tell me to show you my style, I'm going to show you my style. But then I'm going to tell you to watch this guy.
You took all that, Shawn, and made it your style. So then now the next generation.
Exactly. So
and that's what the generation before that did you watch?
Yeah.
Well, you know, last night, kind of like you would be at welterweight sometimes, he actually looked like the smaller guy, even though Barthelemy was a champ at 130 moving up. He's that short, stocky guy like yourself at welterweight, but he has some things, some good tools that he has the DNA to be a top flight pressure fighter in the sport, because you need a great motor. He's got that. He's got a second and third and a fourth gear. He turns it up as the fight goes on. He's not afraid to get ugly in there, to get his chin dirty. He'll take one to land one when he needs one. I know Shawn, the next level above that is getting slicker as you come forward, and I think he has the athleticism to do that in the schooling with his older brother. He's a natural combination puncher, working levels with it.
I told him last night, I said he's a bigger version of Gary Russell. Like, they punch in combination, they punch and finish with power. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
I think Gary was more of like a boxer puncher. He's more of a pressure guy. Gary Antuanne wants to get in your chest.
But with the same mentality in terms of, I want to put a combination together and then end with the explosion. I mean, I saw that from Gary when we were kids.
With that hook. Right?
And then I saw it from I've been seeing it from the entire family as long as I've known them. So they'll all be good moving forward.
And I love what the dad, they play tribute to their dad before and after the fight. but the dad left a foundation, and you could see it in the family. They still doing it. The brothers, two brothers work the corner, and you could see even actually. I don't know if a lot of you guys knows that I lost a parent, so I kind of noticed they left the area where the dad used to stand open, and he looked at that area before the fight, like I got you. But he left the foundation. He got it right. These kids gonna be world champions.
Yeah.
I think him and Brandon Lee is going to be a
firefight
one day.
I seen you talk about that.
Their styles make fights, and these two just come to get action.
I seen you talk about that.
That should be a great fight down the line.
Yeah,
not yet, because neither one has a title, and they're both in the build-up stage.
Yeah, they're still a little young.
Well, wait.
Hopefully, they could make 140 for a while. Yeah.